Welcome back to Spore and Sprout. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to grow unlimited mushrooms with honey. The first step in the process is to make your liquid culture media. I will put a video link in the description below that will show you how to make these jar lids. You're going to fill your jars 2/3 full with hot water and then add 1 tablespoon of honey to each jar. If you have magnetic stir bars, this is the part where you put them inside. You can substitute them with a piece of glass or a marble. This is going to help the mycelium break up during the growth process. Now just stir the jars up and put the lids on and get them ready for pressure cooking. Pressure cooking is necessary to get rid of any competing organisms. Put tinfoil over your lids and place them inside of your pressure cooker and pressure cook at 15 psi for 30 minutes. Make sure you don't go over 30 minutes because you can caramelize your liquid culture media and then you'll have to start over. If they are cooked too long, they will come out very dark. If this keeps happening to you, I recommend using a steam canner instead of a pressure cooker and cooking for 2.5 hours. If there's a lot of sediment built up at the bottom after pressure cooking, you can use a coffee filter to filter it before pressure cooking. Let the pressure cooker cool down overnight, and now your liquid culture media is ready for inoculation. You will need to do this part in a still air box or in front of a laminar flow hood to reduce the probability of contamination. For this step, you are going to need liquid culture of any species that you prefer. I offer starter liquid cultures on my Etsy shop or my website. It will be in the description below. By doing this step, you are turning 1 liquid culture syringe into an unlimited amount of liquid culture. Most people inject 2 milliliters per jar, but you can use more if you want your liquid culture to grow faster. After you are done inoculating your jars, you should put them in a dark, warm area so that they can incubate. After 1 to 2 weeks, your jars should look something like this. At this point, the mycelium is ready to be extracted and used however you want. The next step in the process is to use the liquid culture to inoculate sterilized grain. If you don't know how to make your own sterilized grain, I do have a video on how to do it, or I have them available on my website or my Etsy shop. After you have cleaned the area, you can open up your syringe and inject it into the self-healing injection port and tilt the jar to extract some mycelium. Use 2 milliliters of the liquid culture to inoculate 1 quart jar. After you're done inoculating your grain spawn, you can put it in a dark, warm area and allow it to colonize for 1 to 2 weeks. After 1 to 2 weeks, your jar should be fully colonized and ready to be spawned into a substrate. You should only use grain spawn that is fully white. If there's any discoloration, the jar should not be used. With an exception of pink oyster, the mycelium of pink oyster turns pink. For this step, you are going to need a supplemented block of sawdust that has been sterilized. I do have a video on how to make your own, or I have them available on my website or Etsy shop. At this point, I broke up my grain spawn by smashing it against a couch cushion. You should be careful when doing this because the jars can crack or break. Once you have your grain spawn mixed in with the substrate, you will need to use a sealer to seal the bag, or you can use clips. After you have your spawn mixed in with the substrate, you can put it in a dark, warm area and allow it to colonize. After about 2 weeks, the bag will be ready to be put inside of a fruiting chamber or a place that is humid with lots of fresh air exchange. Fruiting is usually initiated by fresh air exchange and light exposure, so you want to make sure to provide both. And that's how you grow unlimited mushrooms. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos just like this one.